I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the minutes show that all board members are present. Verification of proper public notice.
The meeting was properly noticed and published.
Okay. Public comment on any item not on the agenda.
Good evening. My name is Craig Wilson. I'm a resident
in the Lake Point Neighborhood Association, which is off of Island Lane. And I'm here to read a letter that I recently sent in to the Town of Oakland Board and Lake Ripley Management District. And it references traffic control on Island Lane. So on behalf of the Lake Point Homeowners Association, we are requesting that measures be taken to slow the traffic on Island Lane. There's been an ongoing issue with excessive speeding on Island Lane involving vehicles heading into and out of the boat launch at the end of Island Lane. That problem appears to be more frequent during this last year as more boaters are using the launch. The COVID pandemic has caused a high demand for recreational vehicles and recreational vehicle tourism. And it has certainly become evident to those of us living in the neighborhood that many of those new users are accessing the lake via the Island Lane launch. We have noticed that many of those vehicles and vehicles towing trailers are traveling well above the posted 25 miles per hour speed limit. We are 23 families that comprise the Lake Point Homeowners Association, and we live in houses directly on Island Lane and on Forested Road, Milwaukee Lane, and Marshview Court. We use Island Lane as our only pedestrian pathway to our community pier. Our families, children, grandchildren, and pets need safe access to our pier and to the launch. In addition, the abundant wildlife in our area is put at risk by the increase in vehicle speeds. It is our understanding that painting lane lines on the roadway along with solar-powered light-up signs that post the vehicle's speed, also known as driver feedback signs, are two very effective measures to slow traffic. And we are requesting that the town install those improvements to Island Lane to reduce the speed of vehicles and create a safer environment for the local residents. And I thank you for your consideration for that important safety matter.
Yeah, thank you. And,
Thank you.
and I spoke with him at the launch one day and asked him to come to the meeting. So we had talked about this a little bit amongst our group, or at least part of our group. So there's some grant money that may be available at some point in time
Possibly.
that we may be able to look at that. So.
Okay, so if there's a way I can stay engaged in this process, I'm happy to do so.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and this has been a problem. Scott Filder talked to me a year and a half, 2 years ago. The issues, was it possible a stop sign? And no, it wasn't, and stuff. So I know this has been not just a recent problem, but an ongoing concern for the residents.
I think with the increased boat traffic on the lake has caused some of that as well.
Yeah.
We got a lot of out-of-towners now using the lake that didn't in the past, especially last year and this year. So
Yeah.
it's something we'll definitely look at.
They're coming off a road where the speed limit is 55, and
Yeah.
it's not, even though there is signage, sometimes it's not obvious to them
Yeah.
that they need to slow it down.
Chris, do you remember what we paid? Those were like $5,000 for the.
They were 30, I do remember, they were 3,800 bucks each.
Yeah.
And
plus-
we were able to get a grant for one of them.
But we would never, in my opinion, we'd never spend that on such a low traffic road.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
But that's something, it's,
I'll just say that.
this is public comment, so that's something we could definitely have an agenda item about, and talk about, especially with ARPA funds coming up. We may not have to spend that much money on it, but it's certainly something we can talk about. That
Okay.
goes without saying.
Okay.
So
Thank
we'll
you.
put that on the agenda for next time.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay, all right,
I got you covered.
okay.
Okay, any other public comment on items not on the agenda? If not, we'll move on to police chief's report.
Good evening, everyone. Things are interesting in the police world. Officer Brazzoni is out of service probably till the end of summer at least. He was cranking the boat up onto the trailer and pulled either a tendon or something in his arm, and he had to have surgery in his arm. So now he's slinged up and then eventually probably rehab and that, so just another headache for me to deal with there. Christopher's doing well on the boat. His radio traffic is still a little choppy, but he's new at it, so it's fun to kind of listen to him and pick on him a little bit. But he's enjoying himself, and Dave says he's doing wonderful out there, so I'm glad that he's all gun-ho and still young.
How are you gonna fill in for Brazzoni?
Sergeant Warner, he's gonna pick up some of the hours and
Okay.
get back out there, because if worse comes to worse, I'll have to talk to the captain, because he was also a boating officer when I initially hired him, and see if he can drop in and pick up something. But with what he's doing up in Waterloo as a lieutenant up there, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But we'll do what we can. We'll always manage, as we always do, one way or the other.
They had a young guy out there with them, or with Dave. There was a young guy on the boat.
That's Christopher.
Christopher, yeah.
Yeah, sure, that's our new officer.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll pick up,
Question, or-
well, he'll pick up some of the hours, I would assume, right?
Well, Christopher's the primary officer for the
Oh,
lake.
okay.
Dave is a secondary, and so is Brazzoni, picking up those odd hours and that, because you can only put so many hours on that lake before you're beat. You get beat up by the sun directly, reflection off the water, and what is reflected from internally in the boat. You have to stay hydrated. My guys are limited to no more than a 12-hour day, except over the 4th of July weekend, whenever that happens, where these guys are working 14, 15 hours, but they take 2-3 hour break in between. But just because it's that busy out there, and that's my exception to the rule. But typically, I will not let an officer work more than 12 hours in a shift, because that leads to being lethargic, careless, and that's how you get hurt. And up until now, I had a perfect record here of 33 years of nobody ever getting hurt in the line of duty, and that came to a close on me. I jinxed myself last month on that same matter. I made a comment that we have never had a serious boating accident in Lake Ripley. Last Monday, we had 2 PWCs slam into each other, and EMS had to respond. I did not have the officer on the lake on Monday, because Mondays are usually a very quiet day out there, and it doesn't pay to put an officer out there and pay him to watch the waves bounce up and down. Conservation warden did handle the complaint. He was in service at the time. I have made 2 phone calls to him. I have not heard back from him as to what initiated the incident and what transpired. No one called me as far as the seriousness of it in terms of reconstruction, because I'm a reconstructionist for boating accidents here in Jefferson County. Myself and Sergeant Warner are the only 2 that are, to my knowledge. But we never got calls, so I have no idea. From what I understand from the grapevine, 2 younger individuals, and I don't know how far out in the water they were, more than 200 feet, within 200 feet of shore. Speeds, right, nothing. I got absolutely nothing on it, so I'm waiting for someone to talk to me.
There were 2 DNR vehicles there, because I was going down Ripley Road when they were there with their, they were parked there with their lights flashing, so. But I don't know any details.
You've probably got more than me at this point, the way it's going. Yeah. We had EVOC and high-risk traffic stops training last week, and the guys did real well in the training. Happy to see that they haven't forgotten everything that we've been teaching them over the last couple of years, so that was good to see. Just to semi-address the previous public comment, I'll make a call to the sheriff's department, see if I can get the motor unit to come down, see if they'll drop a bike down there, and maybe, because trying to put a squad car down there is gonna be a little difficult.
I think weekends are the worst from
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I've been hearing, so,
And as you had pointed out, with last year with the COVID and people wanting to get out, and, our numbers are up on boat launch sales and everything else, so heavier traffic as well is gonna create some more problems down there. I went down to the launch the other day, and it was a carnival to watch people putting boats in and out and blocking each other and trying to figure out. One guy's picking up his trailer with his buddy, and then I turned around and walked away because I just couldn't take it anymore.
Is there a way, and Jeff probably needs to be the one to answer that question, is there a way to increase the parking area down there for boat?
Yeah, we're right up to the turnaround before the scout camp.
You'd
Yeah.
have to go on the east side of the road, and
Yeah.
that's pretty low land. I don't know if we
Yeah.
dare go over there or not.
That's a lot of marsh in there and
Yeah.
soft ground. I think we're probably at the maximum capacity for parking down there, looking at the stalls. There's not much more to give and take down there. We're there.
Because there's been some illegal parking there as well.
Yeah, I've written quite a few tickets.
Yeah.
I go down quite often, dressed like this, and just get out of my pickup truck, ticket book in one hand, pen in the other, and I go collect the money out of the box, and then I take a walk through and I hang tickets, and for a $7 launch fee, I had one car, I could see it in the dash in this pickup truck, I could see the white tag. I don't know what caused me to take a walk over and take a closer look. It was a stub from the City of Lake Mills boat launch.
Oh.
So I tagged that one with a $25 parking ticket. Then I had one, the guy had a stub in there where he didn't have anything written on it, but I looked at the number on it. Apparently he doesn't realize there's a number on the stub and there's a number on the envelope. And I matched them up before I write a ticket. He just had that thing laying there for who knows how long, and no one ever caught him at it, so we'll see if he comes back. I love playing the games. It entertains me, if not anything else. And that. But that's pretty much all I got right now.
Okay, questions for Bruce?
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Okay, road supervisor's report. Should we
I
just?
can handle that.
Okay.
Jeff briefed me on it.
Yeah.
So there has been some talk about replacing the fence at the boat launch that abuts up to the homes that are there, not the Boy Scout fence, but the other side. So I asked Jeff to get a quote for that. I included that in your packets. It's $7,388.
How much? 7,000?
7,000. I'm gonna jump ahead just a little bit to my report. It is very possible we could have this covered by ARPA funds, but we also did budget for doing the fence for this year. We budgeted $10,000 to do it. So we have the money. We may not need to use it, but we have the money. The only catch with this is that Lemke fence is booked out 14 weeks. So it probably wouldn't get done until fall, but they can do it. So I think he was looking for approval of this, and then you can let them know, and we can get the ball rolling on that.
We've been talking about replacing that fence for 3 years. We did some repair on it 3 years ago and decided to hold off because we figured it was going to be about a $10,000 bill. This is, and we were always talking about a wood fence like what is there. Well, presently, on the east side of that fence is pretty much covered now with shrubs. At the time that fence was put in, there was nothing there. That was the only thing breaking up that yard from that boat launch. So a chain link fence there is probably sufficient.
If we do the chain link, can we get the chain link that has the filler sections in it so you can't see through it?
It does. The quote has that,
Okay.
so.
You say it
Tan
does?
PDS strips at the bottom.
Yeah,
The
complete
2-inch.
fence filled with tan
Is
PDS.
that what that is?
2-inch
PDF,
mesh.
that's what it means?
Yeah, that fabric.
PDS.
Yeah, the only thing that we had talked about vinyl or chain when we did this was part of the road
Right.
tour, and we
I like
said we
the
would go
idea
away.
of a 6-foot high fence. I mean, you've got kids down there, could be jumping over and creating havoc in the backyard without people
Yeah.
being seen, so.
So if we get funding, then why would we want to spend budget money on it?
We budgeted for it. So it's already in the budget. If we
Right.
can replace that with ARPA funds, then
Right.
that's what we would do.
Right.
But we'd still have Lemke do the fence, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just that we would be able to get reimbursed.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, we got,
We could, effectively, we could use the $7,388 for something else. But they just need to know whether or not we want to do it so we can get on the list to get it taken care of.
I would move that we accept the Lemke fence contract for the replacement.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to accept the Lemke fence bid of $7,388 to replace the fence on Island Lane at the boat launch. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay.
All right, second one. So I think it was earlier, was it Monday, Chief, that we had this
Yeah.
discussion? Yeah, it was yesterday. Jeff, Chief, Leanna, myself, and Susan were all in the office, and I asked him about the dumpster and why he wants to get rid of that. What he has found is that the dumpster has been used by people that live in the area to dispose of their garbage, and that oftentimes there are things that don't belong in there that Public Works has to dispose of in some fashion, whether that's tires, whether that's TVs, whether that's rotted out fish corpses. It's gross. And chicken, or, what do we say, chicken wings?
Yeah, so like chicken.
Somebody was throwing chicken wings away. It's
Construction materials getting dumped inside there.
it's everything.
Yeah.
And so Jeff, in an effort to save money, and that this dumpster is clearly not being used in the fashion that it should be, suggested that we get rid of it, and I think it's a great idea because we're paying for it.
Well, let's talk about a few things, and I've used the dumpster before, so just to get that out there. But why would we want to get rid of the dumpster if people are using it?
It's not being used in the fashion we want it to be.
Okay, what is the fashion we want to use it in?
Well, people could take their own garbage off their boat, like the people who live on the lake, right? And take it home with them, and whether it's beer can, whatever it is.
Mhm. That's what I did when I owned a boat.
Right.
I took my garbage home.
If it's being abused and used primarily by folks that, you know, how much garbage can you accumulate in
Right.
6 hours on the lake that you can't put in your car? Because you brought it with you, okay? You brought it with you, so you have room, it'll be less, you can take it back.
But I'm assuming the dumpster was put down there for people to use, and
Not
if
for,
you're,
not for the residents. That dumpster was put there to take care of the stuff coming off the boat.
Yeah.
okay, then let's.
The residents are throwing TV
Yeah, it's not
sets
for
in
the
there,
residents.
they're
They-
throwing all
Okay.
kinds of stuff that
The
we have to
residents have the
pick
same
up.
garbage service the rest of us do.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Okay, then if that's the case, let's post it that way and not get rid of the dumpster.
I think it's posted that way
It is
already.
posted that way.
It's posted, how?
On the signage board down there, I think. I didn't look, but I think.
I've never seen it.
Used to
But
be a
that's not
sign.
gonna stop people from doing what they're
No.
doing.
No, it's not.
No, because they don't care. They're just gonna
And
use
just
it
to-
as a receptacle.
Just to give you a clue, you know, when there's a TV, when there's tires, when there's stuff that the town has to dispose of, we eat that cost. We have to pay for tires to get disposed of. Jeff has a collection of about 100 tires that he's just sitting on because he's not sure what to do with them. So we're,
Same with electronics.
same with electronics. Not everything is available to be recycled for free. So in addition to saving money by getting rid of the dumpster, we would save money by not having to dispose of things that shouldn't be thrown in the dumpster that are thrown in the dumpster.
Well, if there's a purpose for the dumpster, let's post what it is. If it's for the fishermen throwing their garbage that are coming off the lake, then that's what we should put a sign out there saying. This dumpster is for use for that reason.
It's
So
not gonna
don't you
help.
think the people that live there know that that's what it's there for?
There's a industrial-sized dumpster sitting down there. It looks like a place where you would throw garbage.
Yeah, but if you were going past somebody that's building a house or cleaning out, remodeling, and they had a dumpster there, would you go and put your garbage in their dumpster?
Well,
It's
if,
kind of the same
I
thing.
understand that, but we're assuming that everyone's thinking the same thing. There's a public dumpster there that's being paid for by the taxpayers. If we want it, the intended use to be for the fishermen, let's post it that way and keep it there.
And if you want to do that, let's go to a very small,
And you can make a smaller
with
dumpster, so
a
it's
very
not.
small receptacle,
Sure.
you know, so that it's in essence just a large garbage can with a small receptacle.
Sure.
You could
So it
have
doesn't look like an
opening like this.
industrial-sized dumpster.
Just for reference, the dumpster is the same size as the one in our parking lot.
Right.
over
Yeah,
there.
it's an
It's a big
industrial-sized
size,
dumpster.
yeah.
Right.
I personally think that people can take the same amount of garbage out that they brought onto the lake.
Well, if we think we need something there, they have garbage collection down there every week.
Right.
We could have a garbage can.
Right.
Just
Oh,
like
the
you and I
regular-
have at our home.
Right, that's
The
fine.
regular
That'd be all
recycle,
that have to be there.
the regular garbage recycle
Yeah,
thing?
that would be fine.
Yes, I think.
My only concern about that, which I think is a good idea, is that you can't move a dumpster that size. If we put a cart out there, it could disappear very easily. Or end up in the, or end up in the lake. That's
But
my
I-
concern
but I-
about that.
And I think that's fair, Chris, but if that does, then we're done. you know, we'll attempt to meet the need and not invite abuse. But if it ends up in the lake, if it ends up missing, then,
Well,
you know, there's a point where we
why-
say,
before we go
sorry.
to that extreme, why don't we try posting it and what the intent is for at the dumpster?
Jimmy, come on, that's,
Yes.
that's an unstated, that's realistic. It's not, that's why it's there.
It's a view that's.
Is that
Yeah.
sign still on that west wall of that?
I didn't see anything.
To my knowledge, it is.
Yeah.
There always was a sign there.
I didn't see anything.
Because when
I
that
looked.
dumpster and the latrine was put out there, it was set up using the funds that we get for the operation of the boat launch, the launch permits, to maintain that for the fishermen, and that's what it was advertised as. And over the years, people are dumping construction materials in there. People that live up and down Island Road and down the spur at the end of the launch there. I sent letters to all of them one year because over the 4th of July, everybody took their trash and filled that dumpster. They've got already dumpsters down there. And in my letter, I told them, I catch you dumping garbage in here, I'm gonna charge you a trespassing, to give you an ordinance citation for $250. Because this is for the fishermen and the guys that are paying for that, it's not for the general public. If we're gonna have a garbage can down there for the general public, then
Right.
let's put it, this is for the public, come one, come all.
I agree.
You're gonna find tires, construction material,
Right.
and all kinds of other crap down there, and we're gonna get stuck with the bill for it, and it's not right.
I have to agree with Bruce. I really don't think having a trash bin down there is the right move at all.
I totally agree with
At
that.
all.
I totally agree with them. I think in reality, people know they're not supposed to do that, okay?
Yeah.
Let's, in common sense, you know that that's not what you're supposed to do.
Well, what you have a lot of down there, if you got seasonal residents, they're leaving Sunday afternoon, and they don't want to haul their garbage cans out to the end where
Right.
where they get picked up, and so they just take it down there and dump it in the dumpster. That's the bottom line.
That's some of
That's
it.
always been the case
Right.
down there.
I'd be a little concerned to not have anything down there. I mean, I walk down there frequently, and there's quite a bit of trash that doesn't even make it into the dumpster, and I think that's mostly coming from the boats and stuff. I would think that might get even worse if you don't have a dumpster.
I agree. And
I
I,
do agree with everything you said. I've
Yeah.
seen everything in that dumpster.
Yeah.
I've looked at that dumpster,
and I personally have gone down there, just about every time I drive down there, if there's something laying out there that shouldn't be there, garbage, I throw it in the dumpster. So to have nothing there, I think is silly. There needs to be something, we need to post it properly, saying what the use is for, and not just assume everybody knows that, and then you can enforce it once it's posted.
is it posted now that?
I haven't
There
seen
used to
anything.
be an enclosure around.
There
it.
used to be an enclosure around
And I
it.
think the enclosure had some posting on it. I've seen that's disappeared.
Just to,
Whatever.
Yeah, that got, I
Ju-
think, hit by the garbage.
Yeah, it got rock, and beat up enough
I
times.
hit it, yeah, and moved it a little bit too
So
much.
I'm
I think
not
it's
sure
a
that the
three-sided now.
Yeah,
The gates are off.
right.
Used to be doors on.
When the front came off is when we switched the recycling company, the garbage company, because the new dumpster was larger than the gate. So they had to take the front doors off because it wouldn't fit in. And then if there was any signage there at that time, it disappeared, because currently there's no signage. Let's get signage back on there saying the intent of this dumpster is for this. Then it's posted, then you can enforce. But right now, it's an industrial-sized dumpster that people can use.
I still think we need to get rid of an
So
industrial
how are
size
we gonna
dumpster.
enforce it?
How can you enforce it? I don't know.
Well, there is the $1,000,000 question. I'm not gonna put an officer to sit down
Right.
and babysit a
Yeah.
dumpster,
Right.
obviously.
That's what I mean.
We don't have a camera system that we can put down there. That's not gonna work. And if somebody throws garbage in there, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not dumpster diving to look for traces of evidence for somebody's
Right.
address or something, unless there's something really nasty in there that's, you know, a biohazard or something like that that I need to take action on. But it's just not in the realm of reality.
So let's put a smaller-sized dumpster there and post it and see how it works.
Any other comments?
So to pull the big dumpster out and put regular garbage cans in there, is that what you're saying?
Something smaller, so you use it first. But if the intended purpose is for a fisherman coming off the lake, then it would help serve that purpose versus construction materials or diapers or whatever else is happening, tires or,
somebody would have to go down there Monday morning and have the garbage can out by 6 o'clock.
No, you would put it in that gated area there, right?
Yeah, but they gotta be able to reach it,
With the truck.
the truck.
Yeah, like, so when our recycling gets picked up here, because we don't have a trash can, we don't have a trash cart out here because we have the big dumpster. At 6 o'clock in the morning, or at 5:30 when Jeff gets here, he pulls those out in the driveway and then the truck just comes up and takes them out. That would be another drawback, is somebody would have to go down there on a trash day and make sure they're available for the truck because the drivers don't get out.
Then just get a smaller dumpster and have them pick it up like they currently do and post it.
I don't think there's a smaller.
I would have to check.
That
That
four-
might be the smallest they have.
The 4-footer is the smallest dumpster you can get.
Well, that's bigger than 4 foot. Oh, that thing's huge down there. That's like a 8-foot dumpster.
So what
I
is the
would
cost
say,
of this?
in defense of the chief and some of the other complaints, if you put smaller bins there, people are just gonna put their stuff on the side.
We're gonna have to have a
Put
place to
nothing
put
there.
garbage, because people do put garbage down there.
Double-edged sword almost at this point. Which one do they fall on?
Start by posting it, and we'll see what happens. That's
How much
my
does it
first
cost?
step.
You know, that's the one thing I can't answer because I didn't look. I wished I would. I wonder if we have a billing.
Paid for by the boat launch tickets.
That, actually, the dumpster I don't think is. We're charged.
that's-
We're charged on our regular advance bill for that, so let me see if we've got one in here. I can probably tell you.
Bad.
Our Badgerland. I think it's $100 a month. We're not talking big money. Could be wrong.
Well, but it's more than $100 a month. If we're then having
That's true,
to
because then if there's
dispose-
anything we have to dispose of, it's whatever that
it's-
cost is
It's
too.
costing us money.
I don't have it with me. I guess we didn't get a bill from them for this month. I thought we did.
I didn't see one in there.
Don't quote me on it. I think it's $100 a month plus whatever we have to dispose of.
Okay?
But I can certainly have that for July.
Let's get some signage down there, start with that, and we'll see if we can, we can post it on, we can do all the social media stuff and start getting the word out to be more conscious of what its intent is.
That wouldn't be my first choice. I don't know about anybody else. Spend $150 for a sign?
Well, I mean, I can, I could put a piece of paper on there and
Well, that'll
tape
last.
over it with, clear packing tape, but that won't last very long. But if we're talking about like a nice metal sign that's gonna stay there, probably somewhere 50, 100 bucks. I mean, not 150, but 50 or 100 bucks. The little drop box sign was 35, 40 bucks, so
Yeah.
get something bigger. We're talking over 50 bucks.
We gotta have
Everybody
something
else
down
think?
there. You gotta have something there, because there's stuff that needs to be thrown away that's down there. I don't know who's gonna do it.
I think we have our, I personally think we put our receptacles that we have, the larger receptacles, and see what happens. But
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
What stuff needs to be thrown away that people can't take along with them that they?
Well, I'm not saying they can't, but when I've been down there, I've thrown stuff that has been laying on the ground in the dumpster. So if there's nowhere to throw stuff, then it's gonna accumulate down there. And I don't think we want that, so there's an in-between here, we just gotta figure out what it is.
I would be willing to, there's got to be a way we can position those two bins, normal bins, where they can be picked up by the truck, because the truck's got to turn around down there anyway.
Let's remove the sides on that.
Right.
Yeah, just go on the back
Do that.
wall maybe.
And and I would say, let's try it for 30 days and revisit this. Because I'm sorry, I'm a little bit more skeptical than you are, Jimmy. I think you can tell people and you can post it and we can try different things, and I'll bet you're gonna find tires and stuff still being dropped there. But, so I would say let's try it 30 days with a normal receptacle and get some kind of sign posted for, for fishing stuff only, or whatever, boating, fishing, garbage only.
You could do a laminated sign,
I could probably do that.
yeah.
I could probably do that. That wouldn't be a big deal.
For fishing,
Staple it on the back wall
boating,
and-
garbage
Mhm.
only.
Mhm.
And then revisit it in 30 days and see if we still have issues.
So you're saying get rid of the dumpster and use.
Yeah, the dumpster is, that's an open invitation
Right.
for people
And I
to,
think the more you publicize it on Facebook or whatever, oh, there's a dumpster there, here we go, and so
Yeah.
you'll be getting garbage from all over the place there. Once
Yeah.
you put it out, saying it's there.
Those people down there haven't needed Facebook or anything else to throw television sets and tires in there. That's been going on as long as I've been on a town board.
So so they have to send a separate truck down there to pick up the,
well, they're making pickups down there for the residents. They bring their garbage, they don't go down the lane, right? They make them come out.
They what?
They make the people, the garbage truck doesn't go down
That lane?
the lane.
No.
No, they have to bring their, like,
Correct.
where Joy is and stuff, so the garbage is already coming. He's got to make a circle around, so if we just put those where they are, he should be able to pick
grab
them
them
up.
with the arm thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because his arm will go out 5 feet
yeah.
to pick up that can.
So, as long as we do that, post the sign, and then let's revisit this in 30 days and see what's going on.
Is that a motion? I don't want to jump the gun, but.
Yeah, okay, sure. Can you repeat that to me?
Yes, I can actually, yes.
The key points would be one each, a sign, evaluate in 30 days, and Bruce, if we can fix up get rid of the side enclosures.
And I can talk to Jeff about this tomorrow too, so
To
Okay,
get rid of the dumpster.
get rid of the big dumpster.
yep.
Okay, so if I understand this, we got a motion on the floor saying get rid of the big dumpster, replace it with a trash receptacle.
2, right, recycle and trash?
Yeah, recycling trash is fine.
And
Post it?
post a sign that says for lake,
Use only or something?
can't say lake use only, lake,
Uses a boat launch only.
yeah, boat launch use only.
I like that.
And you can maybe laminate that.
Mhm.
That'll last 30 days then. If that works, then, and then we'll evaluate this at
In
our
July.
July board meeting.
Yep.
Okay, do I have a second to that?
No, sir.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to replace the big dumpster at the boat launch with a trash and recycling receptacle. That would be picked up weekly and bi-weekly. And post a sign there saying it's for boat launch use only. Further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Clerk Treasurer's report.
All right. Oh, I didn't think we were going to talk about trash all that long, but that was kind of fun. So real quick, I just wanted to provide an update on the deputy clerk treasurer hiring process. We have already received, at the end of the day today, 6 applicants. They are not all throwaways, so that's good. It will be in the Jefferson Daily Union, the Cambridge Deerfield Independent, the Lake Mills Leader, and there's one more.
Watertown.
No. One more weekly paper. I can't think of the name of it. I'm spacing out. Maybe it's Sun Prairie, maybe it's McFarland, I can't remember. But it will be in those papers on Thursday. It is posted currently on municipal treasurers, municipal clerks, the Towns Association, Indeed.com, and I think that's it. But like I said, we've already gotten, I think it's 6 or 7. So so far so good. Close date is the 25th at noon, and then we'll start the process for interviews and all that stuff. But just wanted to give you a quick update on that. Any questions? Okay. Into the fun stuff. So update on ARPA funds. Susan and I did a webinar last week that went over the entire process for how to apply for it. We have applied for it, everything is done. I have confirmation from the DOR that they received everything, so we're good there. I showed this to Gene. Today I found this document, I think it's from the Department of the Treasury. It's a 25-page frequently asked questions document, and this is essentially what's going to get both Susan and me and Susan, once I leave, what's going to get everybody through this. This has what we can spend the money on, what we can't spend the money on, some of the breakdowns. I've got some highlighted stuff in here. I went through it. This is what I've been looking for like 3 weeks. And so I'm glad that I found it. I spent an hour today and just went through it. It's a really good document. So we can talk about it more in depth at the next meeting. We are supposed to get the money by June 25th. I can't guarantee that, but everybody is applying this week. The deadline is this week. So they're saying by the 25th. I'm saying just to be safe by the end of the month. But we get the first half, which is $160,000. The second half we will get next year, that same $160,000. We have till 2024 to spend it. And I'll go into more in-depth stuff. I think we should have, on the July agenda, we should have a topic of how to spend it, because I've got a list of ideas from myself, from Chief, from Jeff, from Susan. I'm sure you guys have ideas, so I'll put this on something a little bit more formal than a little yellow notepad, and we can talk about that at the next meeting. But we'll have a significant amount of money to spend, I think, by July, and we certainly have enough things to spend it on. So it's coming. It's not here yet, but it's coming, and we can get to work on that. So
Just can't be spent on roads.
just can't be spent on
That's
roads.
what I was
Got to be.
Although, did you see that one?
I did.
In the
Yeah,
article
I did see that.
late this afternoon, if we can prove that we lost revenue, which there's a
There's a-
different set of multipliers
Yeah.
than we would normally use, we might be able to, but I'm going to guess we.
A little peek into July's discussion. I think we are going to be able to get reimbursed for the Beach Road project because there was sewer involved with that. And it very clearly states in here sewer is part of it. So, I'm sorry, stormwater.
Yeah.
Stormwater is in here multiple times, so I think we're gonna get that, and that won't be a problem. But I just got this today, so more in July.
Thank you.
Oh, I have one more thing.
That you did.
I did. For those of you who have not met my wife, she is the gorgeous brunette sitting in the back with a laptop. I wanted to make sure that you guys met her and realized she's not actually just a picture on my desk. She is a real person. She brought some lemon bliss cake that I know Jimmy loves, so please have a slice before you go. Whatever's left over, we're all going to gobble up tomorrow, but you can probably expect another one at the July meeting too, and probably the August meeting. I think that would be okay.
Wow. Wow. Holy cow.
Apparently I need to start a business making lemon cake.
Yeah. Bruce, you might want to escort her out, after a while, because she may need a guard, because she's the one responsible for him leaving.
That's true.
Well, it was more of a team effort, I think. I don't know if it's her, but she got the job offer first, if that's what you're implying.
Make sure he gets a job when you get out there.
I kind of like
And not dealing blackjack.
I was gonna say, I'm only gonna support him as a well-kept man for so long.
I don't think he has a poker face.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Discussion and possible action regarding a contract with J.D. Pounder and Associates for his assessor service contract. I see the price went up a little bit here. Did you have to give the boss a raise or what?
That was strictly something that my wife put in there, because she looked back and she saw that we had been paid the same amount
Well, that was the
for
intent.
10 years straight. And she said, I think our costs have come up a little bit since then, John. Can we try to get some of that covered?
You're
So
sure?
I said, I'll try, but if you really, really want it, you need to come with me. She is not here.
Throw her under the bus. Wow. Oh, cow.
I even offered to take her out to eat, and she said no. She's afraid of
This
Gene
has been
and harassment that Gene gives her.
a couple of years. This-
10 years, huh? So you're overcharging us for what, how many of those years?
Let's see if that's on.
9.5.
9.5?
Wow, that's
Okay, did everybody get a chance to review that contract that was in your packet?
good Jefferson County.
I didn't see anything else in there that changed.
Correct, it's the same
Same
standard maintenance
contract.
contract.
Yeah.
I did send a letter with that, and I'm sure the clerk distributed it to you. Just to
Same-
inform you, Kat,
Same comment that I made to you at the Board of Review.
and I understand and I appreciate it fully, just felt it was necessary to formalize that so that everybody was aware.
Right. This is not the right time to do this,
And I understand that fully.
so.
How much did you increase over last year, you know?
Over 2011,
17, or, yeah, $1,700.
$1,020.
Your increase was 1,020?
Yes, for the full year, not a month.
I would move adoption or acceptance, whatever you want.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to approve the assessor services contract with J.D. Pounder and Associates in the amount of $17,020 per year. It is a maintenance contract. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
John.
Thank you.
Check.
Sign the contract.
Do you have an original, or should I?
Here, first you want that.
Thank you.
Is that the original?
Yes. There you go, President.
Still don't know why he's signing it.
I know.
We know you're not the boss.
I humbly admit that. You know how it feels, Chris.
I do, actually. Boss is sitting back there.
You are so dead tonight.
Oh, I know that. I'm not denying that, not at all. We're good.
Okay, thanks,
There you go.
John.
You want the original?
You keep the original.
I'll keep the original.
I'll just get a photocopy
Okay. Email it to you tomorrow?
before we pick up the initial down payment.
I love it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Safe drive home.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. It'll be a fun year.
Okay, next item is discussion of possible action regarding liquor license for establishments in Oakland for the period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Class A beer, Class B beer, Class A liquor, and Class B liquor at the Bait Shanty 2 and LR Pizza Inc., Lake Ripley Lanes. Class A beer, Class B beer, Class B liquor at the Sports Page Bar and Grill, the Lake Ripley Country Club, and Oakland Center Tavern. Class B beer and Class B liquor at Jefferson Speedway, Herring's Lake Ripley Inn, London Depot doing business as Mink Farm Tavern and Grill, and Class B beer at the Oakland Conservation Club.
I'll make a motion that we approve all those aforementioned liquor license.
I'll second.
establishments.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Discussion and possible action regarding cigarette license for the time period July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Bait Shanty 2 at Marina Lane, Lake Ripley Country Club, Mink Farm Tavern, and Lake Ripley Lanes.
Not a smoker, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think we had, I thought you just approved these, Chris, as clerk, no?
Nope, you guys do it.
I'll make a motion that we approve the same.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Discussion and possible action regarding operator's license for time period July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Herring's Lake Ripley Inn, Kristen Apple, Shelley Broomgren, Amy Bohr, Francis Coy, Hannah Dempsey, Ashley Green, John Hinrich, Deborah Kulo, April Latch, Lisa Radel, and Jean Schradel. Lake Ripley Country Club, Christopher Allen, Brian Bailey, Taylor Beanfang, Stephen Borkart, Samuel Carrick, Sarah Dudnick, Ben Engelstead, Eric Engelstead, Lee Furseth, Drew Jeffrey, David Jansen,
Dane Jensen's the next.
Dane Jansen. That second one should be
Yep,
Dane.
that second one should be Dane.
Julie Mickelson, Margaret Mickelson, Samuel Mickelson, Julie Mickelson. Got him her twice.
Oh, yep, I got Julie twice. She's definitely not getting 2.
Ann Nottestead, Dan Pepe, Caitlin Robinson, Nicole Thorson, Hannah Thorson, Deborah Wethel, Olivia Williams, Jonathan Zelmer, and Keegan Zabel. At the J&T Bait Shanty 2, Cynthia Dudley, William Zabel, Jessica Holmes, and Jennifer Steinhorst. At Jefferson Speedway, Taylor Ask, Cindra Brody, Jenny Henning, Amanda Krantz, Kelly Mitchell, William Robertson, and Terry Tucker. At Lake Ripley Lanes, Elton Chia, Callie Dahl, Leah Furseth, Jennifer Grazzi, Alexis Humman, Kodiak Porter, Tobias Probst, Karen Robinson, Garrett Schradel, and Nicole Thorson. At the Mink Farm Tavern, Julianne Anderson, Aaron Dorn, Susan Engels, Callie Murphy, Jeremiah Probst, Roland Rather, and Joanne Zimmerman. At the Oakland Center Tavern, Tiffany Laxon and Aubrey Perrell. Oakland's Conservation Club, Tom Erkey. Sports Page Bar and Grill, Susan Engels, Leah Furseth, Kelly Hetz, Jesse Johnson. That's it.
That's it. So there were 2 that I included in with your packets. They are for Ashley Green and Lisa Radel in our background checks. Those were the only 2 that came up with anything alcohol related. They are both renewals, so they did have operators licenses last year, but whenever something like that comes up, I just pull that out and make sure that you guys are aware of it. I don't want to say I recommend approval, but they are renewals from last year, so they did have one from us last year. So, but ultimately, I just present that to you and you guys make a decision.
I would make a motion that we approve all of the operator's license that were read.
Second.
Including the 2 separate ones, correct?
Everyone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the one,
Those
well,
are both renewals.
yeah,
Mhm.
they're both renewals.
Yep.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to approve all the operators' license as I had read them earlier. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, correspondence. Got court dockets, we got the plan committee minutes, and the fire commission building review committee minutes. Building review committee meets every 2 weeks, I believe it is.
Right, we meet again this
Thursday.
Thursday night,
Yeah.
so.
You want to
And
give a little update on,
Well, I missed last month's meeting due to some issues at home that, but they did tour Marshall and Fort Atkinson, elected Jim Hines from Lake Mills to be the chair of this subcommittee. And this month, we're scheduled to go to Deerfield for a tour and then come back and review some of the work that we did the first or second meeting to look at that in comparison to now what we've seen and now that we have a little bit better understanding of this and take some consideration. So I think the important thing is the meeting for the fire commission on the 24th.
yes, we're going to have we're going to have a large venue for that meeting. We're going to meet in the high school gymnasium on the 24th at 6:30. And we're inviting all interested parties to attend. So there's room for roughly 300 to sit. So I don't know that we get that many, but it would be nice to see a good-sized crowd there. Basically, what we're going to do is open it up for comment from the public. You know, if they got concerns, questions, that kind of thing. So trying to be, we weren't able to do that last year with COVID. And so there was a lot of mixed signals out there, a lot of misinformation got out. So we're going to try to see if we can't get some of that squared away.
Yeah, if you know somebody that has questions or would like to, you know, ask, please let them know. That's going to be an important opportunity.
Gene, in terms of the public comment tonight regarding Island Lane, is that an agenda item? Is there something, do we want to address that, or?
I think we should put that on the next agenda.
All right, yeah, I do too.
There's a possibility that would qualify for these COVID grants
Okay,
because it affects tourism.
it's tourism, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put it on, some items that we have on this list for money, right? The grant money. Yeah.
So that'll be an agenda item. Okay.
Yes. it's-
Good.
Yes. I hadn't talked to Gene about that yet. I just kind of thought we would probably put it on there, but
Okay.
yeah.
I just wanted to,
Is it, just a procedural question, is dealing with all of those ideas, is that worthy of a special meeting versus,
Could be.
if you've got a lengthy list now and we haven't had
Time to
a
even think
chance
about
to
it.
look at it or
Yeah.
think about it.
We could do
I'm just-
that.
Mr. Chair,
We can make it a discussion and action thing. We could list 15 things on that, or 10, or whatever we have, and we can approve one or two of them at that meeting, put the others out for further discussion later.
okay.
There's no reason we can't have that on several meeting agendas.
Yeah, that could kind of
That's
be
true,
like kind of a
because we don't have
recurring.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to make every decision right now.
Right.
No,
Okay.
we'll,
Right.
I mean, well, like I said, we should have we should have half of the money by the July meeting, so we'll have it to spend, but we've got till 2024 to spend it, so we don't have to
Okay.
make all those decisions
Okay.
next month.
Right.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
don't have
Okay.
minutes?
No, I did not have minutes to submit because I didn't have time to do them between being on vacation and coming back and everything. So I will have a bunch of minutes for previous months to approve in July.
all right. Monthly disbursements, did you say?
Okay, approval of disbursements.
I make a motion that we approve the disbursements beginning with electric funds transferred to the Wisconsin Retirement System through and including electronic funds transfer 908-08743 in the aggregate amount of $171,270.60.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve disbursements in the amount of $171,270.60. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next meeting date, July 20th. Keep in mind, the Fire Commission meeting at the high school gymnasium on the 24th at
Okay.
6:30.
6:30, okay.
What day is it, 24th?
24th,
It's a Thursday.
week from Thursday.